Now we can find quadratic functions and equations. This is a concept overview. If I have quadratic function on the form, we have the quadratic function on the form ax squared plus bx plus c, and you have to put on your mind a cannot be 0. Very important for this, the vertex of the quadratic formula on the form negative b over 2a and f of negative b over 2a. This will be negative b over 2a and f of negative b over 2a. F of negative b over 2a, this equal negative b squared plus 4ac divide 4a. And symmetric line here, the axis of symmetry will be negative b over 2a. If a greater than 0, the quadratic function opens upward and has minimum value at the vertex. If a less than 0, the quadratic function opens downward and has a maximum value at the vertex. The domain for all polynomials and the quadratic functions will be negative infinity and infinity. The range here, the range will be the same value, this value. It will be here y greater than this value if a greater than, and y less than this value if a less than 0. This is a concept overview over the quadratic formula. If I needed to find here, if I have fx on the form a x squared plus bx plus c, we have to put in our minds if a positive or negative. Positive means function drawn upward. If a is negative, the function drawn downward. And we have axis of symmetry. It will be negative b over 2a, and the vertex will be negative b over 2a and negative b squared plus 4ac divide 4a. Okay, and so the range will be, if a greater than 0, will be y greater than negative b squared plus 4ac divide 4a, and if a less than 0, the range will be y less than negative b squared plus 4ac divide 4a. That is the wrapping up over this slide. Now we can take some questions. How many points does the graph fx equal x squared minus 1 across x-axis? Asks here if x equal x squared minus 1. He asks about the x-intercept. X-intercept here, you can find the calculator using calculator. Can check together. Here, shift 9, 3, clean the calculator completely. And now you can use mode 5 second, mode 5, 3. Here, A is 1, coefficient of X is 0, and then negative 1. And so X equal 1 and X equal negative 1. He asks here, how many points does the graph cross x-axis? How many points means this is means the sorry, you can write this in uh, good handwriting. It's how many points does the graph. So how many points means here x and negative x equal 1 and x equal negative 1. So the number of the points here is 2. Here, the second question, if x squared minus 64 equals 0, which the following could be the value of x? In the same way, here he asks about the value of x. In the same way, exactly, here, mode 5, 3, this is 1, and x no x, so can write 0. Here, negative 64 as well. So the result will be 8 and negative 8. Here, which of the following could be the value of x? Here, 8 and negative 8. There is only here negative 8. Okay? Another question here. What are the solutions? What are the solutions of x? Now here, he asks about the solutions. So here, x minus 1 multiply x plus 2 equals 0. So you can cancel x. And so x will be here negative 1. Or sorry, here x will be positive 1. You can take the opposite number. X will be 1 here. And x will be negative 2. So the solutions here will be 1 and negative 2. Second question, if x minus 2 is a factor. Factor means x minus 2 is a factor, means if at said you can cancel x and x will be here 2, so the result will be 0. So I can substitute here by x equal 2, here 2, and here as well 2, and equalize that by 0. Will be 2 square minus 2 multiply a minus 8 will be here 4 minus 2a minus 4. This is 0, as I told you. Here you can simplify. It will be here negative 4 minus 2a equals 0. So you can use this by shift solve. You can use this by calculator as well. If I need this by calculator, you can say negative 4 minus 2a, which replace x, equal here alpha calc 0 and shift solve equal. So x will be negative 2. This is the result of this. Another type of questions. Another type of questions. Here we have a graph, and he asks us to find which of the following equations best describes the curve in the figure above. The figure above here, this is the zeros. X equal here, x equal 1, and x equal -2. Okay, so I try to make here, or to find the zeros here, or here as well, x, here y equal -2. This is at x equals 0. So you can replace here x equals 0, cancel x. So the nominated functions will be this or this. You can check by calculator. Here you can check by calculator. Can check together here. Mode 5, 3. Number 1 equal here 0 equal here -2 equal. So there is to √2 and -√2. So the first one is wrong. So sure will be the last one. We need to confirm this the same way. Mode 5, 3. 1 equal 1 as well equal -2 equal. So the result will be 1 and -2. This is the result of this. Okay. More question. Here, if the function f is defined on the form, this is a function on the form, we see that it's a quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, we see that x equal -b over 2a, it's a symmetric axis of symmetry. Vertex, we said will be -b over 2a and -b squared plus 4ac divide 4a. We said as well, range here, if a greater than 0, will be y greater than this formula, and a less than 0, y will be less than this formula as well. So here, if the function defined on the form where a is negative, means the graph drawn downward. So it will be one of these. Sorry, here it will be one of these. It will be one of these. It will be this or this. Okay, so b greater than 0 means, this is talk about this later. We can talk about this. C greater than 0 means if we put here x equals 0, so y-intercept will be positive. Here y-intercept positive, here y-intercept positive. Okay, but what is the meaning of b? What is the meaning of b greater than 0? The meaning of b greater than 0 means x coordinates will be positive. So here x positive and x negative. So this is the result. So we see that a less than 0 means a less than 0 here we said a less than 0 means will be drawn like that. And C means x y-intercept. This will be y-intercept, will be positive, here positive, and here as well positive. So what is the meaning of b greater than 0? Means x coordinates of the vertex. X coordinates of the vertex. Here, x coordinates of the vertex. X coordinates of the vertex will be positive number, will be positive number. So the answer will be D. Okay? More question? Which of the following could be on the graph? This is the quadratic equation. We said quadratic equation means I know x equal negative b over 2a. This is axis of symmetry. I know the vertex will be negative b over 2a and negative b squared plus 4ac divide 4a. And if a greater than 0, it will be open upward. And if a less than 0, it will be open downward. Here, he is telling us b squared minus 4ac is 0. Means this is when b squared minus 4ac is 0. So the function or the graph will be cutting x-axis, will be cutting x-axis at a point. So can look for this graph. This is can be here delta. Delta here will be positive. Delta here will be positive. And delta here will be 0. What is delta? This is delta. Okay, here delta will be negative here. Why? Because the graph does not cut x-axis. So which of the following could be the graph of the equation where b squared minus 4ac equals 0? So it will be that graph.